I just wanted to show you a couple of things for our frontogenesis lab for our cross sections, and hoping that you can get to something that looks a little bit like this. And so the way that I did this is I started off by plotting some stuff at the surface. I think I did potential temperature here. You could also do theta E. And this shows us, we've got some sort of front here, some cold front. And I also have some wind vectors here, and that will help you figure out the kinematic terms of the frontogenesis equation. So in order to get a cross-section, it's always good to start off with a map view. So throw a couple variables on your map view to start off with, and then you can start doing some cross-section work. So if I wanted to plot theta E in a cross-section, I would pick my variables. I would want to do all levels in order for this to work out right. Contour cross-section, or you could do some shades. And if I hit create display, the cross-section pops up in this window. I'm going to just pop it out in its own window here. And you can adjust the contour interval. Let's set it at 4. And what that does now is I've got a bit of a tighter gradient down here. You can kind of tell already that this is showing us way too much information, and I think that's because if I go over to my map to see where my cross-section is at, it's doing the entire United States. And so these little end arrows here can help you adjust where you want, the place that probably makes the most sense. And I can then right-click and flip it up, and so we can actually see what the theta E looks like in the vertical. I'm just going to get rid of my background color here so we can see a little bit better. One of the things you can do over here is to adjust, see how this cross-section is just really kind of squished down. Besides making your window bigger, you can also go to View, Cross-Section Properties, Aspect Ratio, and you can adjust this to make this y-axis, which is really your z direction, a little bit taller to help you see what's going on near the surface a bit better. So we've got our cross-section here. You're not able to add more variables to this screen, but you are allowed to add more variables to this screen, and if you overlay the cross-sections in the right way, you're able to see them on top of each other. So if I add on some, if you go into Field Selector and find your vertical velocity and do a cross-section of that one, some color-filled contours, you could also plot that in the same area. So you can keep adjusting where your cross-sections are, put some in front of the others. So now we can get a better idea of the vertical motion in this region. And so this is the way that you can get multiple variables on the same cross-section.